For our 7th game of the season, we were playing against the defending state champs, Bellevue. And not only were they the defending state champs, but they also had been ranked nationally for the last few years as a high school program. So on my first throw of the game with an undefeated record on the line, I get picked off by Corbet, the DB, who almost returns it for a pick six. We get the ball back once again, and on the first play, we run a triple option, and I incorrectly pitch it off to my running back, and we turn the ball over a second time. So at this point, we're down 14-0 because of me, and I'm getting pressured outside the pocket. I throw a really bad pass to a receiver who is triple covered, and so they get the ball starting at the 40-yard line with my second interception of the game and my third turnover, and I get absolutely destroyed by one of the DBs blitzing on a play. And at this point, you could definitely say that I'm rattled. The only thing that helped us get back into the game a little bit was my ability to run the football, because coach just didn't trust me to throw the football at this point. And we scored our first touchdown midway through the third quarter. Down 14 at the start of the fourth, we still had a chance to fight back into this game. After my 20-yard scramble, I used my legs to distract the defense, leaving my running back wide open for the second touchdown of the game. Unfortunately, my defense couldn't make the last stop. They do score a field goal, and so that puts us out of the game. I score a touchdown at the last second, and we do lose 24-21. Despite the L, we get some interest from some Pac-12 teams to play quarterback between Utah, UCLA, and Stanford. Our second to last game of the season came against Mount Vernon. After taking our first L, we needed to get a W on the board to stay in the playoff hunt. I complete my first throw of the game, and I think I've fixed my early turnover problems, but unfortunately, my wide receiver and I weren't on the same page for this route, and I throw my first interception of the game. Now, I come right back and deliver an absolute dot, lofting the ball over the DB's head perfectly. I love corner routes, and my guys always gets consistently open against man coverage. We're down 7-0 to Mount Vernon, but I know we're the better team. With under 2 minutes left in the first half, I drive us down the field, finding Giosario wide open on the same route twice in a row for a touchdown to tie the game. And Giosario has been pretty consistent for me despite the fact that we've had off-the-field issues. I find him again over the middle of the field for another 20-yard pickup. And with 23 seconds remaining in the first half, Mount Vernon scored a field goal already, so we're down by 3. I look for Giosario again and throw my second interception of the game with 18 seconds remaining and almost putting them into field goal range. They do not score a field goal. But we're only down by 3 points despite the fact that I have 2 interceptions, so coach wants me to use my legs a little bit more, designs a run play for me, and on the next play, I scramble outside the pocket and pick up 8 more yards. There's 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter, and on a read option, I almost turn over the ball, but Bill Wilson makes a huge play. And on the next play, I reward him by finding him on the wheel route, wide open, almost able to get into the end zone, down at about the 5-yard line. And it turned out to be huge that he didn't get into the end zone on that play, because we didn't even score a field goal on that drive. And on the next possession, I scramble outside the pocket and pick up 17 more yards rushing the football to start the fourth quarter, still only down by 3. I'm looking for my number 1 guy, Giosario, over the middle, and throw my third interception of the game, just forcing the ball down the middle at this point. And so my confidence is pretty much gone at this point throwing the football, but my O-line tells me to pick my head up because we're still in this game. And then my terrible 7-step drop turns into a much longer drop back, making the throwing window so small, leading to my 4th interception of the game. But believe it or not, we're still in this game with 22 seconds left. We have an opportunity to win the game if we score a touchdown. I find Giosario wide open over the middle of the field. We stop the clock after getting the first down pickup. And with 15 seconds left, we got to make up a lot of ground. So I throw a one-on-one ball up to Ostrander. He doesn't even look for it, and the DB Schneider easily intercepts the ball, leading to my 5th interception of the game, and we end up losing this game to Mount Vernon 13-7. And this ends up being the play of the game as well. Again, Ostrander not even looking for the ball, doesn't jump for it whatsoever. And the DB makes a play on it, and we lose our second game of the season back-to-back after losing to Bellevue. I do get a scholarship from Arizona State, but there's only 1 game left in the season, so we're going to have to make the most of it before we go into the playoffs.